If you went through a tough breakup or divorce, or you're just sick and tired of how modern women and modern society are, you probably want to join MGTOW. This movement is making thousands of men happy and freeing them from narratives that only benefit women and the elites ruling the world. But before we go deeper, let me share the comment of the day from our previous video. Shout out to Within of What for his great comment. He said, "We ain't woman haters. This is justice the world needed. Women have been causing man suffering for too long." I couldn't agree more. Please don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5. As usual, guys, I will pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most light, or one that touched me, so don't forget to leave a comment, and you may be our next winner. Now, back to the video. MGTOW, also known as Men Going Their Own Way, is a movement of men voluntarily choosing to not get into marriage or relationships with women for one or more of the following reasons. If you ever asked yourself why men are going their own way, or somebody else asks you this question, here's what you say. I've already done all the thinking and research for you. Let's jump right in. Number 1. Gynocentric laws. Laws of nearly all countries are designed in a way that favors women. This is outrageous and goes against the so-called equality feminists' claim. Let's face it, we're not equal before the law. You're about to know some data that proves this statement. Men accused of rape or domestic violence are considered guilty until proven innocent, and not the way around. Even in case of false rape or violence accusations, women are never penalized. In contrast, if men fail to prove their innocence, their entire life is ruined. Movements like #MeToo have aggravated this kind of situation, so men are deciding to play it safe. The court system and the state itself lean toward women in case of divorces. Men end up paying alimony and child support for the rest of their lives simply because they worked hard towards their careers and achieved success, whereas the woman just chose to be a stay-at-home mommy. Men lose the custody of their child in 86.8% of the cases and end up paying alimony in 97% of the cases. Again, equality does not apply. The judicial system doesn't even make sure that the child support money is used for the child instead of the mother. That's why you can see many single mothers flexing expensive bags and fancy clothing. Women file 80% of the divorces, and 50% of marriages end up in divorce. And guess what? Women cheat 50% of the time, so it's most likely not even your fault, but you will lose half of your life savings and end up paying money to your ex-wife for the rest of your life. Even if you were raped by an older woman as a teen and she gets pregnant, you will be liable to pay child support once you turn 18. Number 2. Genocentrism in the society. Man rape is never taken seriously, even though men are raped more than women when you include the prison population. Inclusivity is nothing but another narrative, as you can see. The support for male domestic violence victims is almost non-existent compared to their counterparts. Society wants to empower women and make them feel independent, talks about breaking gender roles, and encourages men to be emotional and connect with their feminine energy. That last one is disgusting. On top of that, when women suffer from violence, they are defended, whereas men who go through the same difficulties are frowned upon. And that takes us to the next point. If a woman slaps a man, it's because he must be a bad person, whereas if a man slaps a woman, he's a bad person for hitting a woman. Violence against men is even freely used for humor purposes in the media, whereas if violence against women is depicted for humor purposes, there will be a strong backlash and feminist rallies on the streets. So there's a double standard in society. Society demands equality of genders, but that is only limited to the good parts. Equal pay, right to a naked chest, equal representation in well-paying jobs like board of directors or any position of power for that matter. But they back out when the burden of responsibilities comes into play, paying the bills, equal representation in dangerous jobs like mining, construction, or mandatory drafting for military purposes, and standing on trains and buses when seats aren't available. So basically, women are treated like delicate snowflakes, and the concept of male disposability still exists. Do you realize that? Women are empowered, but they must be treated as if they were queens. They want equality, but don't want to do risky jobs or even do a mandatory military service period. Society needs to get rid of its double standards. Society needs to be more fair and equal towards both genders, so men do not feel alienated and regarded as the disposable sex. Equality will not be achieved as long as a society only cares about issues faced by one gender but ignores the issues of the other. What's more, it only cares about issues if women suffer from them, but if it's a man who goes through that same situation, society looks the other way. Number 3. Lack of incentive to get into relationships. Women are attracted to guys who are taller than them, smarter than them, make more money, funnier than them, stronger than them. In other words, female hypergamy. This leaves the guy who is shorter, dumber, poorer, and weaker in a very complex position. Women put nothing on the table besides sex. The guy has to risk losing half of his life savings, his kids, going to jail, and ruining his career. And on top of that, tolerating her mood swings and expensive demands just for sex, which she controls. Instead, he could just choose to have one-night stands or hire prostitutes. If there's simply a more logical, cheaper, and safer alternative, there's no logical reason for a guy to get into relationships. Women act like this because of the current societal structure and preferences. As a consequence, getting into a relationship simply doesn't have enough incentives in most cases. Most women simply do not put enough effort into a relationship. If women want a relationship with equality, then they should make sure they expect what they offer. Or, if they expect a traditional relationship, they should make sure they offer what a traditional man expects. Do not expect the best of both worlds. Number 4. Intrinsic female nature. From an evolutionary point of view, women are designed to choose partners who possess more resources as, during caveman times, the male who brought in more resources could take care of her and her children better. However, men are designed to be attracted to fertile women since they can breed healthier babies. So in layman's terms, women are designed to be gold diggers. Let's get real. Dan Bilzerian wouldn't get as many chicks if he was homeless, trust me. And men are designed to be dogs, meaning they are shallow and solely attracted to physical beauty. Women expect men to prioritize their money to keep them happy, which they reward using sex. So modern marriage is basically legalized prostitution, except it's 1,000 times more costly and men deal with the cost. A guy would rather just enjoy his life as a bachelor sleeping around or just giving a fuck about relationships. Even though we live in a civilized society, we still have primal instincts when it comes to attraction. Women are attracted to rich, tall, fit men, while men are attracted to curvy, good-looking women. Come to think of it, the multimillionaire dating a 23-year-old story is not that surprising. I think all these reasons speak for themselves, don't they? Men are sick and tired of the current state of modern women and modern society, so instead of running into complex legal problems and dealing with entitled women, they prefer a life of singlehood. And let me tell you, they're happier than ever and even happier than women. That's it for today's video. Now it's your turn. What do you guys think? Are you already in the MGTOW community? What pushed you to go solo? Ever considered these reasons why men are going their own way? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I wish you not only tremendous success, but tremendous happiness. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video useful, hit the like and subscribe buttons, comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.